Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where today I will be having a listening party to Led Zeppelin 2 remastered. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin's second album. It's been a long time coming. It's been a while since I did the first Led Zeppelin album. I think that one was, oh, that was so long ago. Actually, I can't remember if that was like early last year or late 2021, but still, no time like the present to finally just hop on this and keep going with the Led Zeppelin songs. I will say that the last album, if I remember correctly, was not my favorite. It was good music, I will say, but not something for me. But I want to go into this one with hopes that this one will give me more of, I guess, enjoyment, possibly, going through. But then again, you gotta always appreciate good music when it's there. And you know what? Led Zeppelin wouldn't be where they're at if they weren't good musicians. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase, and here we go. This is here we go. Uh, I guess pull up this album in another tab or on your phone or wherever you stream music on, and let's listen along to Led Zeppelin 2 by Led Zeppelin. Okay, we're already starting with some panning. Little. Okay, actually, already I kind of like this a little more. Hmm. Interesting little thing. That's a very weird, I guess, effect to do with the guitar. It's a solid groove too. I feel like it's driving forward without rushing, if that makes any sense. Oh, longer one, nice. Interesting percussions. It's weird things going on. What is this? What is that? Is that a theremin? Or is that just a lot of effects on a guitar? I didn't even realize that the bass wasn't in here until it started playing. I wish I knew more about tape recording, because I want to know how hard that could have been to record that bit. Just go back into it like the last 2 minutes didn't even happen. Nice. Because why not? It's a really solid groove. Like the vocalist here sounds solid too, but I think the groove is really making this one. That's clean. That's clean. I can't deny that's clean. I feel like this song does actually prove a point of if you have a good enough vocalist, you don't really need to write much musically. I think that was like the one variation. This is like the one variation that they have for the guitar riff. Da-da-da. And like that reverb delay echo thing that sometimes was before it. It's an interesting effect that I don't think I've ever actually heard before. Is that a chorus effect on his voice? Or tremolo or phaser? Flanger? I mean, I feel like this is nothing like the first album. I mean, I know it's like been like practically only one song, but still. And that bass line, that is a smooth bass line. I feel like whatever I thought I was gonna get with the first album, this is actually what I thought I was gonna get. This is so smooth. I don't know why I keep using that word to describe it, but it just is. Like the bass line, this guitar solo, the vocals, like all of it. Even the way that they go between like the more ballady bluesy, not bluesy, the more ballady parts to this part, which I'm not going to say it's high energy, but it's more energy. It just, it's smooth transitions. It feels natural. It's a natural progression of energy. I guess that's the best way to put it. Seriously, what is on his voice? It's good harmonies. I feel like the guitars are louder now. A gong. He's scatting now? That wasn't too bad either. Good energy. Good vibes all throughout. I feel like this is not going to be the last time I hear a gong. These kicks are, I don't want to say hard hitting. They're very thumpy, very punchy. I don't know, is this a 12 bar blues? Four. That's also a nice bass line. Oh yeah, that is a 12 bar blues. Oh, it says send me the blues. Nice. I'll always find panning a guitar solo one way as an interesting choice. I feel like I could imagine this being in a movie where it's like a scene where everybody needs to like keep going. Maybe in a musical, actually. I could see this totally being in a jukebox musical. It's like the whole dance break. It's not like they're just doing something with the guitar, like just sliding their hand down and just got delayed and they decided, screw it, let's keep it. They really do have like a lot of reverb on his voice. But I like that they're putting a part of the lyrics, the little like ending parts of his phrases, like long ago, ho. And I think that just makes that line funnier. I feel like the drummer just deciding to have fun on this one. Quite literally, I think if any song, I'd have not heard more of a song for musicals than this one. Like you can put an entire dialogue into this part right here. Wow. They're really just vamping on this one. There's no need for this to be this long. There's like nothing going on with the end of this song. They're just grooving. Right as I say that, they bring the energy back up. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that this probably could have been over like 2 minutes ago. I wonder what that was. That was an interesting sound for this, actually. Almost sounded like a little bit of unintentional feedback. That I think I'm either that I haven't noticed them, but I think this is the first song with like pianos or organs. I like having the acoustic guitar in one ear and the keyboards in like the other ear. No, it's electric, right? When I say it's an acoustic. I understand it probably sounds better on the on the acoustic guitar for the solo. But either they could have just made this a center panning rather than an on one side. I don't know. It just sounds like it's getting drowned out. I think it's just interesting to. I think because of the music I listen to just hear such a I don't an involved bass line. It's just interesting. It's good texturing with those guitars. I thought they were gonna keep going with it. They might in a moment. Yeah, see, I figured. I'm just assuming it's at the end of these like little chord progressions. I wonder if they were going for like a flute sound or something else, or just that's the higher end of the keyboard. Why did they bring it all the way down to where you couldn't hear it just to bring it back up? It's so unnecessary. I like the drum groove on this one. And the bass line. I'm very easy to please when it comes to a bass line. I mean, the bass lines alone, come on. It really does just feel like sometimes they'll just find a riff and just stick with it the whole time. A solo panned center? Wow. Now, I know I'm not the best guitarist, but I can't say that was a good guitar solo. Like every time it sounded like he was trying to shred. It sounded like he knew the notes he was gonna hit. He was close, but not quite. Yeah, this sounds much better. I don't know if that was supposed to be the point or not, but I don't know. I just don't see the point in recording and releasing a solo that intentionally sounds bad. Yeah, when the band came in, it was a much better solo than that. But again, it's a solid groove. It just straight into the next one. There's like a vibe to this, a feel. It sounds like it's definitely made in the 60s, but also like the most. I can definitely hear inspiration from like 50s music on this one. Maybe Beach Boys. Then again, I don't. I'm assuming the Beach Boys was making music before Led Zeppelin. I like everything being all together like that. And then the crashes that are off everything. It's a good touch. It's always a nice touch from the drummer. Just adds just accents those unison parts. You know, they may repeat riffs throughout one song as much as they can, but at least the riffs are catchy. I think initially I wasn't feeling that, but I think that time I was really liking the harmonies there. Nice, easy, simple song. I wonder what that is. It's like fingers hitting something? Is it like on a cajon or something? They're really leaving like the center open for these vocals. And this one is nice. I thought the drums were going to come in when that lead guitar came in. I really like that he's missing the beat 4 to then do like all down beats with the snare. I'm trying to. Is that a. One of my worst things is not properly being able to discern instruments sometimes. And I can't tell if that's supposed to be. That was like on the right here during that. That's playing the higher thing. If that was supposed to be an octave up on the guitar or something, or if that was supposed to be like a violin or something. You could tell me either or, and I'd believe it. I just started actually looking at the lyrics. Why are they singing about the Lord of the Rings? I should have been paying more attention. I don't know. Have they been just doing that the whole time, or is that just for like that part specifically? I think the guitarists are probably having the most fun on this album, honestly. Like out of everyone. Like, it feels like the bass and the drummer find their groove and kind of keep it per song. I think guitarists are having the most fun, followed by vocalist, then bass and drummer. They just write some solid parts, but vamping it through. Lyrics are funny. It says, I keep, and then ellipses. Like it's going on, but it could just not do the ellipses. Is this the first time that they had cowbell? I want to say yes, because this is the first time I'm noticing any. Time, I feel like I would like to be a fly on the wall during these writing sessions because I wonder if the bassist or the guitarist came up with like the riffs or if like they wrote them together. Tambourine on the hi-hat stand? Is this just an instrumental track? I mean, if it is, I'm not going to be mad. The musicians are really solid, so I think they could handle it. I don't know why. One of the instruments that's not sounding like on the actual drum kit, not like that bongo, congo, whatever is happening. One of them sounds like to me that they're being played with hands, like on the toms or something. Also, I was not expecting double bass. I don't know when I thought double bass like became like used by drummers. I just didn't think it was before 1970. I would say like somewhere in the late 1970s to like 1980s would have been my guess. Unless those were like using the toms or something. I don't know. I'm no drummer. This was Caravan before Caravan was made. I wonder, for a time, was this like the drum version of Eruption? How hard would this actually be to learn for a drummer? Is it hard? I kind of want to say I doubt it if you've been playing for like like some time. Probably not something you'd like start off with, but maybe like after a couple years. This sounds like it was definitely improvised. I refuse to believe that any of this was written out beforehand. They just hit record and let him go off. I honestly was not expecting the guitars and bass to come back on this one, especially since we're like so close to the end. Oh, a harmonica. It still blows my mind that a harmonica counts as a woodwind instrument, but then again, so does a flute. But like, come on. At least a flute started off as like a wooden instrument. It was a harmonica wooden? These are the things that I think about when listening to Bring It On Home by Led Zeppelin. I wonder if at the time that this like was released, if this like riff was like overused yet, or if it was just like just common enough. I say it feels it's overused, but it's one of those things I can't really say if I what else I might have heard it in. But I feel like there are people out there that can be like that can name probably at least like five songs besides this one off the top of their head that has that riff. Oh, Teenagers. Teenagers uses this by My Chemical Romance or something similar. Like it's different rhythm, but it feels like note wise it's similar. I think I'm dead on with that. It's a different rhythm, but it's like the same basically. Like the little counter melody going on. Is he the drummer hitting like a rim, or is it supposed to be like some type of like? That doesn't sound like wood blocks. Or a percussionist. I just assume the drummer and the percussionist are the same people. Like I said, they write some pretty solid riffs. What is that? Is that a synth? Is that a guitar noise? I want to say that's a guitar noise. High on the fretboard. It's a weird noise. It sounds like siren like. Interesting that they're doing the panning with the vocals now and the reverb on the other side. And the delay with the reverb is a nice touch. All right. Honestly, that was not as bad as I was going to expect it to be. I think, like I said in the beginning, I kind of took me a while to get to this one because I just, oh boy, it felt like the first Led Zeppelin album was like a chore to get through, and this one was definitely better. I think one thing that they did not change, however, is that these songs are definitely longer than they need to be. I think half of them you could easily cut out like 2 minutes. Especially, and you could probably cut out Moby Dick like entirely, probably. Honestly, like I don't know, or just that one also could probably be cut down to 2 minutes. I think the drum solo on that one went on for too long, but I mean, still, I did like the riffs, the bass lines, the vocalist is really solid. And I mean, I may have just been crapping on the drummer, saying his like little thing, his solo, whatever, went on for too long. But the drummer was solid too, right in the pocket. And I think if there's one thing that will always be like endearing, I don't know if that's the word, but it's nice to hear almost practically, is because the technology wasn't, I guess, that advanced at the time that this was recorded. Hearing all the I don't want to say mistakes, but like out of syncness that was there. Especially, I think it was like in Moby Dick actually, when the guitars were playing, or maybe Ramble On, but there were parts where the two guitars were playing harmonies of each other, and they're supposed to be playing the same rhythm too, but like one of them was slightly off of the other, or they were just both slightly off from each other. It's like they were practically playing the same thing, but it wasn't like exactly the same, and it creates like a, I guess it brings back that human feel to it. But yeah, And like I said before, I think the guitarists were the ones having the most fun with this. I was hearing just lots of like guitar effects, guitar noises. I think in maybe Heartbreaker, maybe Bring It On Home. I can't remember, but they were even doing the just like like they weren't playing chords with, they were just doing like little chugga 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 on the acoustic that they had. Simple things to as complicated or as weird as like in Whole Lot of Love doing that weird panning thing the whole time through. It creates an interesting album that I think with this one I can see more how the band was able to, I guess, leave a legacy and become infamous as like one of the most popular rock bands, I guess. Definitely, like I said, definitely better than the first, and I guess if I listen to more, can't wait to see how they improve from here. But man, I just like Livin' Lovin' Maid, She's Just a Woman. I don't even know if I even feel like that one was too long too. It's only 2.5 minutes, but it just feels like the vocalist really writes like whatever the length of the song is, the vocalist really only writes like enough music for half of it. And then or writes enough lyrics for half of it, and then the band just kind of just, it's there's not even a lot going on. I think like a lot of the time it just feels like the riffs just being looped, and then here and there maybe like a little bit of whatever. But like if there was more going on in those parts that wasn't just playing the riff over and over, or the vocalist just I know the word, but just I don't want to say exaggerating, but just just doing his oohs and ahs and oh yeah baby, it's like stuff like that, and it just felt like it was just like a lot of nothing in these songs. The songs were good. They just definitely ran on longer than they should have. And yeah, but still. I mean, there's only one part where I thought even the guitarist was like messing up. I think that was Livin' Lovin' Maid, I want to say, or Heartbreaker. You know what I'm talking about, where I said that the guitar solo just was not good until the band came back in. Again, it might have been intentional, but I don't see how putting an intentionally bad guitar solo is like helping anything. Or they probably couldn't go back to do it because recording on tape like that is probably would have like been a lot to go back. Who knows? But still, like I said, it's better than the first, in my opinion. And it honestly, this one felt way easier to get through overall. Like each song felt like it was a lot to get through, but overall the album was like pretty solid. So yeah, I don't know. You might enjoy this album way more than me, which you probably do, which is why you probably like are watching this video and listening along and everything. So if you got anything that you want to say, insults about how I'm a stupid kid who don't know good music when I hear it, or good insightful knowledge on stuff, just let me know. I don't care. Insult me all you want. Nah. But anyways, I hope you all have a great rest of your day and or night. Peace.